When you see a celebrity today, you probably picture them living the dream. Private chefs, luxury dinners, and never worrying about a bill at a restaurant. But here's the part most fans never see. Before they were rich and famous, many stars worked in regular restaurants just to survive. From washing dishes to flipping burgers, they were just ordinary guys hustling for a paycheck. So today, we're diving into the stories of celebrities who secretly worked in restaurants before fame. These stories will surprise you, inspire you, and maybe even make you look at your local waiter a little differently, because who knows, he might be the next big star. Chris Pratt. Before becoming Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy, Chris Pratt was serving food at a Bubba Gump shrimp cooler restaurant in Hawaii. At the time, Pratt was broke, living in a van near the beach, and just trying to make ends meet. He worked as a waiter, quoting lines from Forrest Gump to entertain guests while bringing out shrimp platters. Pratt has often said this job shaped his humor and confidence, two things that later helped him land roles in TV and eventually movies. Imagine being served shrimp by the guy who would one day save the galaxy with the Avengers, Chris Rock. Comedian and actor Chris Rock had one of the toughest restaurant jobs, dishwasher at Red Lobster. He has joked in his stand-up that scrubbing seafood shells and greasy pans was so miserable, it pushed him to chase his comedy dream harder than ever. According to Rock, working long shifts at the restaurant gave him discipline, but also taught him what kind of life he didn't want. From dish pit to the Hollywood stage, Rock's story proves that even the hardest jobs can light the fire for greatness. Barack Obama. Before becoming the President of the United States, Barack Obama had his first job at Baskin-Robbins. As a teenager, he scooped ice cream, cleaned sticky counters, and learned the basics of customer service. He has admitted he didn't love the job. It was messy, his arms got sore, and the work was repetitive. But he says it taught him responsibility and the importance of showing up on time. From scooping ice cream to leading the nation, that's one crazy journey. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Before WWE fame and blockbuster movies, Dwayne Johnson worked in restaurants to support himself. One of his first gigs was washing dishes at small local spots. He has shared that the job was humbling but gave him the work ethic that later fueled his wrestling and acting career. Johnson often says he'll never forget those early days of scrubbing dirty plates. It's part of why he respects everyday workers so much, because he used to be one of them. Chris Evans. Long before becoming Captain America, Chris Evans was just another young guy working at a Mexican restaurant. He waited tables, carried heavy trays, and dealt with customers who sometimes weren't so friendly. Evans has admitted that the job wasn't glamorous, but it kept him grounded. It's funny to think the guy bringing tacos and nachos to tables back then would one day carry Thor's hammer in Avengers. Endgame. Russell Crowe. Before Hollywood fame, Russell Crowe worked in different restaurants in Australia as a teenager. He cleaned tables, served customers, and did whatever was needed. Crowe has said those jobs were tough, but they helped him understand discipline and the grind of working life. Later, when success came with Gladiator, he never forgot how hard it was to survive on small wages. James Franco. Before becoming an Oscar-nominated actor, James Franco worked at a McDonald's drive-thru. He has said he used the job to practice accents on customers, sometimes pretending to be British, other times doing a Southern voice. That practice actually sharpened his acting skills. McDonald's gave him free food during his shifts, which helped when he was broke and trying to make it as an actor. It's wild to think the guy taking fast food orders became a Hollywood star. Eddie Murphy. Comedy legend Eddie Murphy once worked at an ice cream parlor before hitting it big on Saturday Night Live. He has joked about the job in interviews, saying it wasn't easy dealing with kids who wanted endless samples or cleaning up sticky counters every day. But that early grind gave him people skills and funny stories that shaped his comedy. Jon Hamm. Before his breakout role as Don Draper on Mad Men, Jon Hamm worked as a waiter in Los Angeles. He said he struggled for years, waiting tables during the day and auditioning at night. Hamm has often shared that those restaurant jobs gave him thick skin, Because in Hollywood, rejection is constant. Serving food taught him patience, something that later paid off in his acting career. Hugh Jackman. Before becoming Wolverine, Hugh Jackman worked in a cafe in Sydney, Australia. He served coffee, cleaned tables, and learned the importance of good service. Jackman has said the job kept him humble and gave him appreciation for hospitality workers. Even after becoming a global superstar, he still remembers the names of his cafe bosses who gave him a shot when he needed it. What do these stories tell us? Behind every superstar, there's usually a humble beginning. Whether it was Chris Pratt serving shrimp, Barack Obama scooping ice cream, or The Rock scrubbing dishes. They all started in ordinary restaurant jobs before stepping into extraordinary careers. The next time you see someone working behind a counter or carrying plates at a restaurant, remember this: that person could be the next world-famous actor, comedian, or even president. Success often starts in the most unexpected places. And if you enjoyed this trip into the secret food jobs of celebrities, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to Foodie Circle, and drop a comment. Which celebrity's restaurant job shocked you the most? Because honestly, who would have guessed that Captain America once served nachos, or that The Rock used to scrub plates before lifting championship belts? Stick with us for more food stories.